Eastern Nigeria, often called the Christian heartland of Nigeria, a land where church bells echo through the streets and cathedrals mark the skyline. To many, this region is considered fully evangelized. And yet, the mission is not complete. There are still many hearts, many lands left unconquered.
In Igbo land, there is a little or even no real efforts on missions. What we know more in Igbo land is just about church, the four walls. When someone Igbo land is talking about ministry, what comes to his mind is just no church. How to start a church? That's all.
Yeah, we need to rediscover missions in the southeast, in the south as a whole. I think it would be a costly error, a mistake, assumption to keep thinking that the south has been reached. It's very much a mission field.
Today we witness a rising tide, the revival of Igbo primal religion, the steady spread of Islam, and a new wave, the rise of the Yahoo culture, cutting across generations, moms, dads, boys, and girls.
First of all, there are indicators of spiritual drought in the land. If you look around you, when you say a reached place, you could see elements of the kingdom coming, not ministries or this kingdom. You could see the little Jesus is springing up, people living by the standards of God's kingdom. So that is missing in many places. You see religiosity, the religious atmosphere is the society. That's kind of a cultural Christianity. Is what we have, and that's a problem. Look around, you will see in this some circles of ministries where the gospel is not even preached. There is nothing about Jesus there, but people flood. They are hungry for something, but they are not being given that thing. You can see that there is spiritual hunger in the land.
That's a serious need. It is now or never. Because, as you may know, in the last decades, there are so many mission organizations, there are so many mission bodies, whether they are indigenous or they are foreign. Their operations has always been in the north, because there is this assumption that it is the north that needed the gospel most. Oh, Igbo land is already evangelized. But it has not always been the case. Yes, the first mission effort has been done, but today there is more need to re-evangelize the East. Igbo land.
This is not the time for complacency. This is a call for strategic synergy, a call for unity among mission organizations and mission-minded churches.
It's also believed that the East is fully evangelized, and that you will see that you hardly get any of those organizations there in the East. And so, number one, Islam in the last couple of years had made serious inroad into the East. You like to go to Nsukka area, the whole of over 7 local governments of Nsukka. You like to go to Ebonyi State, you're talking of Eno here, you're talking of Eno Hitim and surrounding communities. You like to go to Imo State, Abia State, and some other places. Islam is making serious inroad, and we need to rise up and do something now before it becomes too late. Secondly, there is a return of idol worship. If you like, Igbo traditional practices and beliefs is returning back, and is unfortunately being pushed by young people. You know that it was the young people who first moved the shift from traditional worship to Christianity. Now the same young people in Igbo land are pushing for the going back to traditional worship. So these are some of the reasons. And then atheism also is growing in the East. People are being disenchanted with the church. They feel like, look, I don't want church anymore. Let me stay on my own. These are some of the reasons.
No single church or mission group can do it alone. But together, through intentional partnerships, we can reach the unreached. We can light up the dark corners still untouched by the gospel.
I think there is a great need for us to do something. You can't have a farm. You just go and plant your seed and you leave it there without watering it, without weeding it, without maintaining it, and you think you will harvest. It will go down. You won't be able to get anything. So Christianity in Igbo land needs a renewed effort to sustain what the mission have done for our parents before. The society now is going backward. The Christian life is changing fast because of somehow parental decay and the get-rich syndrome that is fast encroaching into the life of our youth.
First of all, that the church should identify that is a problem. If you don't identify the problem, you cannot find the solution. We must agree the fact that there is a need to re-evangelize the East. The East is said to be a Christian domain, but some of the reasons we have given shows that it is no longer so. Our assumptions has been questioned and challenged in the last couple of years. So we need to find that the problem, there's a need to re-evangelize the East. That's number one. Number two, there's a need for synergy. There's a need for mission organization. There is a need for churches to rise up in their mass, seeing this need to say, look, let's chat with one another. Let's discuss with one another. What can we do? How can we partner with one another to re-evangelize Igbo land? And then there is also need for us to rise up and know that there is something we can do today. If we don't do it today, our children and future will hold us accountable. What can we do today to rise up to teach the scriptures? Teach the scriptures in Igbo language. Teach the scripture to our children. Teach the scripture. Focus on the scripture in the churches. And so I believe by doing this, the people can be fully mobilized to fully, get back to the Christianity that God would want to be planted and to have a widespread in the region.
Every move for revival in history, throughout history, begins with prayer. Like we need a renewed prayer cry in the land for the Southeast.
Strategic synergy is no longer optional. It is essential because there are still many lands to conquer and time is of the essence.
And if we don't arm ourselves with the gospel, when the fight comes, we're lost. What happened in the north might be too small for us. Ours might be greater and we'll not be able to defend ourselves. So we need a renewed fight so that we can be on the path we were before. Our children will be raised in a moral path so that the future will not be bleak. We must go back to the home. Parents should have time with their children. We need to synergize. We need to engage ourselves scripturally to give good morals to the children.